Hello, everyone. To the newcomers, I'm Phillip Barnes, also known as Monster. And to my fans, welcome. Today, in this video, I will be talking about Shaolin Kung Fu and the Shaolin Temple. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh, okay, this guy's a monk. Look at his head. No. First of all, the title of monk is something that has to be earned. It has to be given to you by someone who actually has authority to do that. I haven't earned that title. I am an outside practitioner of Shaolin Kung Fu, and I practice independently with instructional material from different masters, brothers, and practitioners from China. Now, different people have asked me, why haven't you just gone to a Shaolin school? The same as with sumo, for those of you who know me from there. I heard about USA Sumo in 2014, and I didn't get there until 2017. The same for Shaolin. My goal hasn't changed. Rather, the plan has changed. It hasn't worked out the way I wanted. Maybe this year, 2020, maybe I'll get to the Shaolin school I've heard of. For the time being, I've talked to their master over the phone. I've gotten some of their grandmaster's materials, and I've gotten other material that I could use and either review myself on video, or if I can find an instructor who's willing, they can view it and they can test me in it and see how well I'm actually learning it, so that I have that one-on-one teaching until I actually get to Shaolin school. And I've done that with the boxing instructor and karate instructor of mine. They've helped me to perfect my sparring. One thing I noticed, you have two sides of the spectrum with Shaolin. You have the people who on one end, they mythicize it. They make it out to be this magic martial art. And then on the other side of it, you have people who make it out to be nothing. Both of them are wrong. And lately, Shaolin has gotten a lot of buzz because Michael J. White, a martial artist and actor, has said that Shaolin is fake. That's not true. Now, according to him, Shaolin Temple was destroyed. If you look into Shaolin Temple, Shaolin Kung Fu, yes, there were attacks on Shaolin. But if you Google today, which I did in 2020, the same as I did when I was 15, you will find multiple articles on Google. And mind you, he told you guys to Google this, and I'm telling you to Google this. I'm telling you to look into this for yourself. If you Google Shaolin Temple, if you Google Shaolin martial arts, the destruction of the temple, you will find multiple articles saying that the temple wasn't completely destroyed. And while the vast majority of records were, not all of them were, and not all of the monks were killed, many monks survived, fled, and spread Shaolin Temple around the world, including Japan. Now, Mike says Shaolin is being taught to people as a scam to make money. That's true, in some cases. Now, for many things, including many martial arts, when they are popular, when they're a big deal, scammers want to get in on the action. I've heard of scamming done with Shaolin Kung Fu, Muay Thai, Krav Maga, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Those are big martial arts in the martial arts world. And also I've heard of it with karate. I'm not sure which one. I learned basics for Shotokan karate. I'm not sure which karate it was I heard that was, being watered down and taught to people as a scam. Regarding his statement about Shaolin not coming back until the 80s, in the real world, I haven't seen anything about that. In cinema, yes, Shaolin suddenly had a big boom around the 70s and 80s. You look at most of the classic movies, They're around the 70s and 80s. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but Gordon Liu. And he's in, the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, Return of the 36th Chamber. Shaolin was popularized in cinema around the 70s and 80s. However, in the real world, Shaolin was more so popularized around the 30s in China. I have here a Shaolin China book written in, I believe it was 1935, published in 1936, and it was translated and published in English by an American translator and fighter by the name of Tim Cartwell. Now, originally, I believe his first translation was published in 2007, and I have here the 2008 edition, Chena Fa. Most of, if not all of the information on the authors is in Chinese, but this was written for the Chinese police department and documented in the 30s. And the authors studied, or at least one of them studied, martial arts and trained for decades before he wrote this. So, not the 80s in the real world. Now, some of you guys are going to take what Michael J. White said at face value because he's Michael J. White. He's a big star. He's well known in the martial arts world, in cinema. He's Michael J. White. Why wouldn't you believe him? Some of you are going to disregard what I say because I'm nobody. I'm just an amateur fighter. The thing I'm trying to communicate to you guys is not to boycott Michael J. White. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not saying pay less attention to him. I watched a movie of his the day after I saw that interview clip. The interview is with Vlad TV, by the way. I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you guys is look into the information being given to you. Don't just take things and believe it just because someone you trust or know of said it. Shaolin Kung Fu is real. Shaolin Kung Fu exists. If you find it, if you're looking into it, keep on searching, search hard. Find instructional videos, find a school, learn what you can. Do your best to practice well and have a lot of fun. See you guys.
Yo, I'm still a lyrical miracle, spiritual, eating these demons like a cereal. Redeemed criminal to say the minimal, no one's identical with a pen. When I let it go with a flow that's so deadly, crucially, mutually detrimental. So yo, who wanna try me when I'm flipping and spitting, ripping, throwing out all the wicked with a quickness, rebuking sickness and giving them the business. I'm all about metaphysics instead of making the digits and live this. Invented this style of rapping and calisthenics, a menace ready to finish what I started. Regardless of what you thinking, I'ma keep uplifting the name of the one that's sitting on the throne. I'm never alone, he's a real deal, kinda ain't no counterfeiting. I'm still the dopest, you hopeless, so let me focus, ain't no hocus pocus. Man, y'all thought I was finished, I don't even need to finish this verse. Hey, yo, Broski, let's ride on these cats. Vamos!